Yo, guys, it is Old Man G here back again with our Red Devil Live podcast. I know we went back last week, but we are back. And I'm joined obviously by Josh, by LB, by Damon. We've got some others coming soon as well. But before we go into it, if you're new to the channel, remember to like, share, and subscribe to Red Devil Studio. Follow us on Twitter and smash the notification button for latest Manchester United. It's Champions League preview time. It is Champions League preview time. This is what this show is about. Champions League discussion. Massive week coming up. Unfortunately, my club, Manchester United, are not in that, unfortunately. But that doesn't mean we can't talk about it and enjoy it. There's a lot to talk about. Obviously, a big game being PSG Barca. We're going to save that for a bit. I was waiting on Ahmed to come on to explain why Neymar has been injured yet again in time for his sister's birthday. So we're going to actually just go on and preview some of the other big fixtures. And I think we're going to start off with Chelsea versus Atletico Madrid. That's Chelsea versus Atletico Madrid. And this is going to be a big game. So I'm going to quickly go to, obviously, Chelsea away to Atletico Madrid. They've got Tuchel now. Simeone first with Atletico Madrid, probably on course to potentially getting a... by the way, shout out to everyone who's watching in the comments, by the way. Shout out to Somali Flame. We're talking about your team, man. Shout out to Josh Watson as well. Chelsea will win the CL. I doubt it. But thanks for tuning in, bro. And good morning, everyone. Thank you very much for those watching on Facebook and thinking as well. Let me go straight to Josh, man. Josh, Atletico Madrid, top of La Liga, probably going to be winning the Liga title unless Real Madrid do a madness. Probably the more informed and coherent team going into this. How do you see this tie going? What do you think is going to happen here?
Yeah, it would be interesting because obviously Lampard got sacked, and before he was sacked, I'm sure most people would have had Atletico by landslide in this leg. But Tuchel obviously has Champions League experience, got to the final with PSG last season. He's working with a new squad, but he hasn't lost since he's taken over. Only one draw, and the rest of them being wins. Beat a Tottenham team too. So I'm sure this Chelsea side will have renewed confidence. I don't think it's going to be as one-sided as it was if Lampard was there. They seem to have settled into that back three, and Tuchel's, chopping and changing, trying out different players in different positions. So it's actually going to be more exciting than I thought it would be. Now, I'm looking forward to this one. Actually, I think it's going to be a good game. There are certain players who need to step up for Chelsea, though. The youngsters, it seems to be the youngsters are stepping up for some of these teams this season. You have likes of Saka and Smith Rowe for Arsenal. Greenwood's getting goals for United now. Hudson-Odoi is getting goals and assists for Chelsea. Reece James is doing really well. So the youngsters, they'll be good. And obviously Thiago Silva is very experienced. But it's if that front three can gel together. I think Giroud's one of the top scorers in the Champions League this season.
Yeah.
So if Giroud can have one of his good games, it might be quite a close game. But I still have Atletico. I think the first leg is going to be, there'll be a goal in it. I'm probably going to say 1-0 Atletico for the first leg. But don't count out Tuchel because tactically, I think he's very good.
LB, what are your thoughts on how this Chelsea versus Atletico tie is going to go down? We'll do score predictions at the end of the discussion, but yeah, so go on, man.
Yeah, I think. Well, wait, guys, can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you, babe.
Cool. Yeah, in terms of win, I still think that. Well, ever since the draw came out, I always thought Atletico was going to win, and I still haven't changed my mind. I think Atletico are the better of the two teams. Obviously, like you said, Red Devil being on top of the La Liga ladder as well, so they are in some very good form and have been for quite some time now. So as I was sort of saying, they're a very good knockout side over 2 legs. I think they would benefit more if the second leg was at home.
Okay.
But saying that, I still think that Atletico Madrid are in the best position to win. I don't think it's going to be a high-scoring game, given that Atletico are playing. I think it's going to be a 1-0 in the first leg. And I think second leg will be a 1-1, so Atletico go through.
Okay, so no one really giving Chelsea any favors in this one. Obviously, Mo got his comment, said Chelsea have no chance. They have too much quality for them. Shout out to SSB2B and Somali Flame. Obviously, with the Chelsea have not clicked yet. When they do, they'll blow any team away. I mean, we've been saying that all season, to be fair, but we'll see what happens, Somali man. We'll see what happens. Damien, your thoughts on Chelsea versus Atleti?
You can hear me, right?
Yeah, we can hear you, Chief.
To be honest, I think that Atletico should be able to easily handle Chelsea.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they're on this good run, Chelsea, but they haven't really faced like a proper team.
Okay.
I think Atletico, they're looking very good right now. They look like a very well-balanced team with defense and attack right now.
Okay.
And yeah, I just really do think that Atletico will beat them quite easily, and they'll probably win the 2 legs.
Okay, fair enough. So no one is really giving Chelsea a chance here, but thankfully, our guest Abdullahi, who's obviously a Chelsea fan, has just come in the background. Abdullahi, man, we're obviously talking Chelsea, Atletico Madrid. Do Chelsea have a chance, man? Do Chelsea?
Man, we got a chance, man. It's no more 2 years plan anymore, man. I'm done with that course, and inshallah, man. I'm done. I am done. We got a chance, man.
Okay.
Atletico is, for me, it's tough because you see, Atletico is like is a problem because you have to have a way to break them down. That's the first thing. But at this moment, that's the most informed team in Europe at the moment. The way Luis Suarez is playing is making me even scared. The way that guy is scoring goals, I am so afraid. I'm even worried. But we have a chance. Out of 100%, as long as there's 5 or 10%, that is a chance. That 5 or 10% is a chance for me. We got a chance. I'm not saying 100% we're gonna win. We have a chance. I just pray, Timo Werner, just take your chances when you're clinical, please. I am begging God, please. Timo Werner, take your chances, please. I don't want to be frustrated and getting angry. I don't want that anymore. Please take your chance. Please, I'm begging.
So how do you? So obviously you say there's a chance with that Chelsea beats. Obviously Chelsea are near, so we'll ask you maybe more questions on how you think it's going to work. How will Chelsea beat this Athletic if they're going to? Because obviously it's an away game. It is obviously in. It's not in.
It's in Romania, but Bucharest is in Romania, Bucharest.
Exactly. Yeah. So it's not going to be in their home anyway. Yeah. So how would you say Chelsea will take advantage of that and actually beat Atletico Madrid?
I think I've not watched much of Atletico Madrid this year, but I think the way we can beat Atletico Madrid is the way Thomas Tuchel presses. His presses is ridiculous. The way we press. I think if we can get Atletico on their front foot, make them make mistake, make them kind of go more defensive, like just make them make mistake, because I don't think they're used to playing from the back. So that could be an advantage for us, because if you can press them from the first minute to like the 90 minutes, if you can keep pressing, and when we get our chances, take your chance. If you can score like 1 or 2 goals in the away, that helps us a lot going to Stamford Bridge, because that away goals can help us a long way. It can easily help us. The away goals is really helpful a lot. That can go a very, because once we score 1 or 2 goals, now we have a chance. When we go back to the bridge, we know.
So it's
difficult.
It's really weird that, because the whole kind of point of the away goal is that, like, and maybe I'll bring, our before we even move on, so this is side, because you mentioned a good point, and it's like, it's a bit, and I want people just quick opinion on it because we've got obviously other matches to preview. But don't you think it's a bit weird that an away goal isn't really an away goal? Like, because Atleti obviously playing in a different stadium, they are playing technically away from home.
Yeah.
So isn't it a bit unfair that the away goal rule? Essentially, what I'm asking is, do you think the away goal rule should be scrapped?
I don't think so. If that should be scrapped, then I think the Champions League should be one-legged tie. Definitely. If one is scrapped, it doesn't need to be two-legged anymore. Maybe just like one-legged tie.
Because the whole point of the away goal rule is that, like, it's to, from what I understand, it's to give an advantage, obviously, to teams that are playing away from home, because obviously the home team is playing at home. But if the home team is not playing at home anymore and they're technically playing away, then what real advantage does, like, both Atletico and Chelsea and other teams like them are playing away from home? So how can you really have an away goal when both are playing? It seems like the advantage, it seems a bit unfair, but I mean, I don't know.
The away goal can, I know it's not Atletico Madrid home, but I think the away goes out because we're playing away, not even home, which is kind of an help to us, because now that we are playing away, if you score goal, we know that, yes, when we score the goals, it helps us a little because it's an away goal. So that kind of help a lot.
Shout out to Indiana and Rich Sports, by the way. Please head over to their channels and subscribe. Really, really good guys. Please support their content. Yeah, just quick going to the other guys. What do you guys think of that away goal thing before we move on to score predictions? LB, should the away goal be scrapped given the circumstances?
It's certainly not going to make it feel like a Champions League if that is the case. If they do that, I mean, I think they've had to change a number of things, or last season they had to obviously change it to one leg. So, I mean, yes, it does play as a bit of a disadvantage because teams are not going to be playing at their actual home grounds. I think they should, keep the away goal rule, because that's what the Champions League is all about. The away goals, the 2 legs. We had to deal with the fact that the latter part of last season's Champions League was one leg, and that on its own didn't sort of feel natural. So I think they should still keep the away goal rule.
Josh, what are your thoughts on the away goal rule?
Yeah, I don't know. It's a bit weird because no one has an advantage anymore because it's not in someone's backyard. I don't know. I don't know what to think about it.
Okay, fair enough. Damien? Or Goat Lahi? Are you still there?
Yeah, I'm still here.
Yeah.
Damien, stop that.
Relax. But yeah, I mean, if the away team does score, I mean, that's kind of like a double whammy, to be honest, because like you're not even at your home stadium. So
Exactly.
I mean, I don't know what to think of it. I mean, they probably should have just kept it just one leg, to be honest, especially with the congestion of the schedule. So this probably would have been a better idea of just keeping it one leg.
Fair enough. Okay, so let's just quickly go back on to obviously Chelsea. So before we move on to the next, which is going to be Liverpool versus Leipzig, what is everyone's score predictions? Who to score, at least for this first encounter? LB?
Sorry, what was the question?
Sorry, just score predictions and who to score.
For the first leg of this game, I think it's going to be 1-0 to Atletico, and to score, I think, Suarez.
Okay, fair enough. And Josh?
Yeah, I already said 1-0 to Atletico before.
Okay. And Abdullahi?
I'll say 2-1 to Chelsea.
Okay, 2-1 to Chelsea away. Okay, fair enough. Okay, so split. I mean, I'd say I think Atletico Madrid are probably going to get the dub. But knowing Simeone, I think he'll probably be a bit cautious. So I'm going to predict a draw, actually. So I think it'll make
Which favor, if a predicted though, it favors us because we know when we go to the bridge, we have to we have a chance in the bridge to score goals.
Not necessarily. I wouldn't necessarily say it favors you. I think that yes, you would have to score, but especially if Timo Werner is the person that's in charge of scoring goals, you know what I mean? Like it's. I think a lot of it's going to really come down to who Tuchel, because even though Tuchel's arrived, it's not like you're scoring loads of goals. Still, and for me, Giroud actually that's a good question. Is Giroud still injured?
No, he's not injured. He's not.
Yeah.
He's not injured.
So for me, it's going to come down to like that, because if Giroud plays and you create enough for him, okay, then they can score goals. But I think if Giroud's not going to play, I don't know where these goals are going to be coming from this Chelsea side, because it's not like you've been scoring tons of goals recently. And against an Atletico Madrid team that are very defensive, low block, etc., that's going to be a problem. You know. Mo says Atletico have lost one game in La Liga this season, conceding only 12 goals exactly in 20 games.
That's why I'm afraid, because the kind of form Suarez is at the moment, milder than ever. I'm worried. As a fan, I'm worried about. That's why I said out of 100%, we have like 10 or 20% chance.
Okay.
Score a hat trick.
Let's move on. Obviously, we've done Chelsea, Atletico Madrid, so we're still waiting from it. So I'm going to delay the PSG name on talk, because that's a topic in and of itself. So I want actually to sort of preview RB Leipzig. You know, obviously it should be United, but it is what it is. Versus Liverpool going into this game. RB Leipzig versus Liverpool. Liverpool, obviously, in a. I mean, I don't think you can call it crisis. They're definitely out of the title race, I would say. But they definitely look like a team that is lost. They've still got quite a few players out. And the front three have not really been firing. So, whereas before this Champions League draw was done, I think a lot of people would have said that Liverpool were favourites going in. It's going to be an easy dub, no problem, it's fine. I think now a lot of people might think, well, hang on a minute. Given the fact that they haven't, their home form has not been particularly good. Lost to Burnley, lost to Brighton, got pelted by Manchester City. They've only scored one goal in 2021 so far, and that was from a penalty by Salah against City. Liverpool are they still favourites going into this game? I mean, let me go to Damien first, but like, how do you see this game happening? Obviously, Liverpool being away first. What's going to happen?
I said this, that Leipzig will upset Liverpool. And yeah, wait, is that Werner? Werner's still there?
Oh, yeah. Why they put him in? Where's this from? Why they put him in?
What is that?
Why they put him in? This is like the previous one.
Is that the official one?
Oh, is this the one from? Was Leipzig going to say because Liverpool last season?
No,
they weren't.
No. So yeah, this must be the official one then. What are they doing anyway? Leipzig.
Origi still got dreads. Like this is old.
This must be this. They must have been in a previous group. So anyway, let me stop screening because Timo Werner doesn't play for Leipzig anymore. Go on, Damon. Go for it.
Yeah, I just think that Leipzig, they should be able to come at Liverpool right now. They aren't looking too good. Attacking wise, they have been quite poor. Mane and Firmino has been looking like Class B bricks. Salah's the only one that's been showing up, and I don't think that the form that Liverpool is going at right now, I think Leipzig should be able to beat Liverpool, and I just think that it's going to be the upset, or that's going to happen in this knockout stage.
Fair enough, and we'll come to score predictions in a second. Josh, what are your thoughts on this tie?
Yeah, I mean, you know, the I'm sure the betting odds and things like that will have Liverpool as favourites, but I don't even really see Liverpool as favourites at the minute. Liverpool haven't won since it wasn't Crystal Palace. I think there was somebody after that. Spurs, I think.
They beat Spurs, yeah.
I think that was the last time they won, and that was that last year?
No, that
was that last year?
No, it was this year. It was this year, but it was away from home
in January.
Yeah,
and they haven't won at Anfield this year.
No,
which is just astonishing, and it shows you the power of fans. Leipzig are always exciting to watch, and they're one of those teams. Nagelsmann, he got his tactics perfectly against United, stretching the play, coming down Wan-Bissaka's side. And to be honest, I see them doing the same with Trent, because we know Trent isn't the best defensively. And if Leipzig were able to, I know Wan-Bissaka's positional awareness isn't good, but he's the best one-on-one defender in the Premier League. If they can do what they did to Wan-Bissaka to Trent, then it's going to be a long night for Liverpool, if I'm perfectly honest. I think, obviously they signed their new centre backs, but none of them have played in Champions League before. Whether Klopp will even want to go with Kabak and Davies, or is he going to go Fabinho and Henderson again? And for me, that it just doesn't work. Fabinho and Henderson, they're great players, and they can do a job for you in defence. But it's like taking Bruno and putting him at right back. He's just going to be ineffective there. There's no point putting him in his non-preferred position. So if Liverpool have any chance, they need to have Henderson and Fabinho in the midfield, and Klopp needs to trust the new centre backs. I genuinely don't see Liverpool scoring more than one goal here. I think I'm going to go Leipzig 2-1 at their ground. Well, it's not at their ground, but in the first leg.
Fair enough. Just quickly going for some comments. Shout out to Callum. Want Liverpool out of the Champions League, hoping they won't win anything this season. I don't think that they're going to. I mean, the weird thing about Liverpool, though, this is the thing. That's why I can't rule them out completely, is that they seem to have this weird. They can be crap in the league, but when it comes to Champions League, they become a different beast. And their successes in the Champions League have not necessarily come when they've been good domestically. They didn't win the title in 2005. I can't remember when they finished top 4, maybe 4th or something. And obviously, in the other one, they were second. And even the other teams in Europe, they've been good. So I wouldn't necessarily correlate their form in the CL with the Premier League, but it is what it is. It could change. Red Devil Lab, how are you, old man? Man G, thank you. It's Alfie. Shout out to Alfie from Twitch. Thank you for coming on YouTube. Really, really appreciate you coming in. Drop a like if you can. It goes a long way. Damon says Kopish and Chill after Leipzig. Yeah, Kopish and Chill is the new AFTV and Chill, because I mean that after the City game, man, they were funny. Sports says I hope that they were I hope that they will win nothing a year. Yeah, I mean at the end of the day, if Liverpool don't win anything, and as long as City don't get a treble, I am happy. Especially if United get some sort of silverware, I am happy. Mo says they finished 5th. UEFA changed the rules to allow the winner to play in the next CL. Yes, I remember that. Yes, yeah. That was when I think Chelsea. Yes, that was the year when I think Chelsea didn't get it because they finished 4th or something. Let's go back into it. So LB, what are your thoughts on this game?
If the tie was to be played, earlier this year or even late last year, I would say Liverpool comfortably, given that they were in much better form and they were, I think, still on top of the EPL ladder. But given that, they've slowly dropped off in the Premier League and they've continued to be hampered by injuries throughout the course of the season, I still give Leipzig a chance. But I think Liverpool still have a little bit too much quality and experience in the Champions League, and at the end of the day, it's Liverpool. So, from won the title last season, Champions League other seasons ago. And when you have Jurgen Klopp, I think you've got well off. So I think Liverpool to win, but I think it'll be a closer game than what everyone thinks.
Abdullahi, man, what are your thoughts on Liverpool Leipzig?
Daredevil is peak. I won't lie to his peak because this Liverpool team I do not understand. Maybe it's club system, maybe just the player only. I know even turning up for club. I really don't know what's going on with that team. That team doesn't even give me happiness as a neutral fans watching them. Like I just look at them and like, this is not the Liverpool we saw last year, last 2 years, last 3 years. What has gone on with this Liverpool? And the way Leipzig plays, I'm not going to Leipzig out. They can easily go shock Liverpool and just beat them both home and away. It's very possible. So at this edge, I think I'm going to be hedging it to Leipzig for me, not Liverpool. I'm going to give it to Leipzig.
Okay.
I'll be Leipzig for me.
Lost Coaching. I'll come to the devil come in a second, but shout out to Lost Cochineros, man. If you want to come on, we were talking about Atletico Chelsea. So, bro, like, if you want to come on, links on Twitter, come and join. I appreciate your thoughts on Atletico Madrid and their chances against Chelsea, because Abdullahi thinks that Chelsea have got a chance. I'm not sure that they do, but Abdullahi does think they do. So, as an Atletico Madrid fan, I'd be interested to hear what your thoughts are, whether in the comments or coming on. So let me know. Do you still reckon Man United the only team who can knock out Bayern Munich? Obviously, it's the banter because I read the comments. No, I don't think United will be able to knock out Bayern Munich. I don't think we can't do it. That said, I'm just saying, if there was a one-off game with the way that we play at counter-attack, there would have been a possibility, a full-strength Manchester United team. But that's obviously not going to happen. Whether their one will come to Bayern, I think that Bayern are playing Lazio. Whether that will be the case of Lazio remains to be seen, especially because their defense not been that great recently. But I take your point, Los Cachineros. Red Devil Lab says RB versus Liverpool is going to be a good one. I'm definitely going to watch that. I definitely agree with that as well. Has everyone had their thoughts on Liverpool versus Leipzig?
Yeah,
I think everyone's said their thoughts. Okay, so quick, just score predictions and who you think is going to score. So going back to Josh, score predictions and who's going to score.
Yeah, so I got 2-1 Leipzig. I think Salah will get on their score sheet, penalty. That defenders can be a bit clumsy, Leipzig, Upamecano and the likes. For Leipzig, I haven't really been watching them too much this season, but when I've watched them, they can get goals from anywhere, really. I think Angelino scored against you guys.
Yeah. Get that, but anyway, we won't.
They've got goals everywhere. You know, you've got people like Forsberg. I'll go Forsberg, and I'll go maybe Nkunku.
Okay. Lai, what's your thoughts?
I think Marcel Sabitzer will score because I kind of rate that guy a lot. He's a very good technical player. So I think Marcel Sabitzer, and I think maybe Forsberg or Yusuf Paulsen or Patrick Schick. Either one of two strikers, each one of them will score. That I'm sure. But I know Sabitzer will put on a performance for me. And I think either Patrick Schick, Forsberg or Yusuf Paulsen, one of them will score. And also, I'm not ruling out Angelino. I'm not ruling him out. But with the way Leipzig are playing, I can see them scoring goals against Liverpool. You can't just write them off.
Okay. LB?
2-1 to Liverpool. I think Mane and Salah will kick a goal each. As for
Go on, LB. Go on. I'll just read this.
As for Leipzig, yeah, maybe Forsberg or Hahn.
Fair enough. I've just seen this comment from It says, of course, there's ever a chance. Look at the absentees. No, Gimenez, no. João Felix, no. Trippier, Lamar, and Herrera out with COVID. Okay. I didn't know that, and I think I think even Madrid, I think, have quite a few absences as well going into this game. We're going to talk about Madrid in a second. So, but keep me updated, guys, for the players that are either out with injuries. Obviously, Neymar's the big one that we're going to talk about later. But I think Madrid and certainly Atletico seem to have a lot of players out with COVID. And obviously, the COVID factor, as I've said several times this in these shows, is going to be, I think, a big determinant factor when it comes to Champions League and league success. And the teams that have the biggest breadth of squad are probably going to be the teams that are going to be able to win and go through here. So fair enough. Red Devil, I think Liverpool will win 2-1 leg, Salah, Mane, and then Daniel to score. Fair enough. I think that's everyone. Everyone's given me their score predictions for this game, right? Oh, Damien, sorry, go for it, man. Yeah.
Well, since no one's going for Leipzig, might as well go for them. 2-0 win for Leipzig. Sabitzer and Angelino to score.
From Angelino to score. Okay, fair enough. Right, let's quickly move on again. So we've got a few more games, obviously, to preview. And I think this has been an interesting one because I think that this is probably the one of the few games that I can't call. And it's this one. Dortmund versus Sevilla. Dortmund, because they're really unpredictable and can be quite bad at times, especially their defense, especially if Hummels is still there. Sevilla, because I think obviously they're a solid team. I've seen them in the Ligue 1 and they've been really doing really well. But maybe they just have the quality. So yeah, I actually don't know the outcome of this one, to be perfectly honest. So I'm going to go with, Ahmed's just joined. So I'm actually going to ask him first, Ahmed, actually. Dortmund versus Sevilla. Who do you see being on top of this one?
Sorry for being late. I was in traffic.
Oh, no problem, mate. No problem. Thank you for joining, man. I appreciate it.
No problem. I don't know. It's a hard one. I think it's a very even match game. I think Sevilla performed pretty well against Barcelona. I think they outclassed Barcelona, to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
But Dortmund is still a good team, and they have Haaland, who is very effective in the Champions League.
Mm.
So I know it's a 50-50 one, but if I had to choose one, I would go with Dortmund.
Dortmund. Before I go to just quickly some points, some of the comments. When is Europa League? I don't know whether that's a trolling, but yes, Europa League is also going to be starting this week. It's going to be on Thursday. I'm aware of it. So, I know United aren't in it, but that's Oh, you should do a preview on some of the matches of Europa League as well. Some good matches. I mean, to be fair, and I know it's a BT competition, but there are some good matchups in the Europa League that look quite interesting. And with AC Milan, Real Sociedad, etc. So I might maybe tomorrow evening do a Europa League match preview with some of those teams. So obviously it's not as big as the Champions League, but it's just a fair point. Los Cochinos says Sevilla are favourites, man. Just look at Dortmund's form. They're bricks. Again, doesn't surprise me. But here's the thing about Dortmund. They can step up. They've got the players. If Haaland and Sancho do a business, they've got the players that can do something. You know what I mean? And Sevilla is good right now. Damien, what are your thoughts on Sevilla Dortmund?
Yeah. To be honest, I think Sevilla should be able to beat Dortmund. Dortmund right now, I mean, they're looking bad right now. The manager, I don't really know his name. And Sevilla, they're looking good right now. And they recently beat us, so
Yeah,
give them that credit. So.
Yeah. How did you feel about that, Damien? That taking that L? Was it what happened?
It didn't feel good. It was bad. But we're on to Champions League, so. But yeah, I mean, their only danger man for Dortmund is really Haaland.
Mm.
And Sancho doesn't really show up anymore. He's really like dipped ever since like that Manchester United like fell through. Like he's really just like been like a brick kind of. So um Sevilla, they're doing good right now in the league. Um I know it's not a good thing to, compare league form to Champions League because
Mm.
we've seen that with Real Madrid. They had a
Mm.
bad league form, but they somehow won the Champions League. So
Mm.
so
Fair
yeah.
enough.
But right now I'm just looking at how the teams are going right now and their play styles, and
Mm.
I just think that Sevilla right now, they look very good. They look like a well balanced team. They look like a well oiled machine, and I think they'll beat Dortmund 3-1.
3-1. Okay, fair enough. 3-1. Okay, Abdullahi coming back into the thing. What are your thoughts? Be a Dortmund man. Be a Dortmund.
It's tough because I'm looking at the Sevilla and the Dortmund defense. That doesn't give me joy. And I look at Haaland. That guy's in form. I was like, my lord in heaven. How did Sevilla defense Kunde and Alex Vidal wants to cope with and then Haaland and then Jadon Sancho? That kind of both of them have a chemistry together and they're in form. But my worry with this match, I can see a nice scoring matches in this in the both of them. I can see a nice scoring because both of them love scoring good. No one will sit back. No one of them will sit back.
Mm.
So I think I will slightly hedge it to Dortmund. Why? Because they have a very potent goal scorer than Sevilla. I don't really trust El Nesri that much. Yeah, I know they have a Papu Gomez who can pop in and score goals. I know. But I really don't trust that Sevilla striker on like Haaland and Sancho who have basically more chemistry and can show it. They have, especially Haaland has been proving it, not just one season, been proving it consecutively in the Champions League. So I wouldn't write Dortmund off. So I think that I was slightly edgy to Dortmund than Sevilla for me.
Fair enough. So we'll go through score prediction in a second. Alex Vidal's a brick, but I reckon Jesus Navas will be back. All right, then that is true. LB, yes, you haven't spoken. LB, what are your thoughts on this matchup?
Yeah, quite similar to you, Red Devil. I seriously don't know what's going to happen in this game. I think both teams are quite even in terms of the players and the level in which they're currently playing at. So I'll probably say a 1-1. I know don't have what's his name, Haaland, and they've still got Royce, but I still think Sevilla can at least salvage a draw. So 1-1.
Fair enough. Just going to some of those comments again. Sevilla are in good form, but they have one or two of the best in the world in Kunde and Diego Carlos. If you didn't know, man, you have the interest in Kunde. Yes, I will post a transfer about that soon. So I'm just a bit transfer United news out because our board are trash when it comes to transfers. Was there any? Aspen says Abdullahi is the OG. Shout out to Abdullahi, man. Shout out to Abdullahi, man. Los Cochinados, I'm going 3-1 Sevilla, first legs in Spain. Fair enough. Josh, you haven't spoken, sorry, Josh. Dortmund, Sevilla.
Yeah, it's hold on, UFC's on in the background. I don't think Dortmund are gonna win, man. That defense is horrible. It's the Champions League. It's not,
Yeah.
I mean, if your defense is shaky in your own league, then Champions League, you got these are the best of the best teams. You're gonna get exposed. I know Sevilla. At the end of the day, Dortmund have the better attack, but sometimes it starts from the back. It starts from the confidence in your back line. When Van Dijk's there, you can burst forward, and obviously Liverpool will track back as a unit, but at the same time, Van Dijk's going to be there to save your butt, or you got a Joey Gomez there or a Robertson, Whereas, man, I watched Hummels defending this season.
I think, guys, I think Van Dijk will be back around March. I'm not sure if he's gonna play the second leg of the Champions League, but the news I'm hearing is Virgil van Dijk will be back around March.
I
I'm
heard
not.
that. I heard that also.
I'm not
I heard that
sure
also.
if he's gonna play in the Champions League, but Virgil van Dijk is gonna be back, so that's gonna be a plus for Liverpool going forward.
If Liverpool manage to stay in the Champions League by then, that could be a big signing, and especially if the Davies guy and Kabak, if they start settling in, that would be a big boost.
I don't know what about
coming in?
Is there any word from Diogo Jota coming back? Actually,
I think February.
It's coming back this month.
Yeah.
This month or early next month.
Yeah, because for me that was the big thing with it was that, like, because Firmino wasn't so great, you had that competition coming in, he was scoring the goals, so who knows? So yeah, fair. I don't go on. Continue, Josh. Sorry,
but yeah, like I said, Dortmund have the better attack, but Sevilla have the superior defense. I don't know. I think somebody said one of the Sevilla players is injured. I'm not sure.
Was it
Diego Carlos?
Diego Carlos?
Did someone say Diego Carlos is injured?
I think they said Jesus Navas, maybe.
Oh, Jesus Navas, okay. And he's, he's like a veteran in the game, very good player. But like I said, in the Champions League, it's your defense that really wins the game. And there's no way Hummels gets exposed every game I've seen him. I don't know why Dortmund bought him back from Bayern. I just really don't understand it. They should have got a competent centre back by now. And Akanji's not that great, not that great either. I actually thought Zagadou was probably their best, but yeah, and even Piszczek. Where's Piszczek at? He can play centre back too in a back three.
Piszczek is in Siberia, man. Brother is in Siberia. He's enjoying Siberia.
Flipping heck. He's gone back home.
That's what he is.
So yeah, I've definitely got Sevilla. I'm gonna go 2-1 Sevilla, maybe 3-1.
Okay, fair enough. Okay, so I think everyone's pretty much in the score predictions. So we're gonna move on to what I would call the main event, and it's very important that Ahmed is here, because we need to at least take a brief detour and talk about this. We need to talk about why it seems to be happening, especially around the same time every year. And it's Neymar. And specifically injuries. And I don't know what it is. Some people say it's a HH jinx. Some people say that there are many, many things that some say it's just, I don't know. But once again, around the Champions League, we find that Neymar is now out for the first leg against, obviously, Barcelona. A weakened Barcelona side. And I don't know what's going on. I mean, Ahmed, like I said, you take the score here because I've got no... Why? How do you feel? What's going on here?
I really don't know what to say, man. Like, I'm not angry. I'm not irritated. I'm just sad. Like, this happens every year.
Yeah.
Our best player, Neymar, got injured every year. And jokes aside, the sister thing and all that.
Yeah.
It's pretty sad for Neymar. Sorry, my throat. It's pretty sad for Neymar because the guy gets tackled and targeted so much by the French players. I've been telling you guys for weeks and months.
Yeah.
French league isn't easy for Neymar and Mbappe because they get targeted. Like 4 people go against them, tackle them hard. It's just sad to see. And the funny thing is, like, Neymar has not been injured through training or stupid things like that. It's actually like proper tackled. He concedes and gets like hurt by it. The thing was, it was against a Division 2 team. Out of all the team, it could have been against Marseille last week, but it was against.
So that's a question. Why knowing that the Champions League is so far, maybe it's on Pochettino, I don't know. Why was he playing? Why did he risk it?
When the injury happened, I thought the same. But after thinking, it was a smart move because Neymar has been out for a month previous, or 1.5 months, and he hasn't got minutes. So the best way for him to get minutes was against a lower division team, so he can just play a bit because he has only come on like 20 minutes on the other games we have played this month.
Okay.
And we have a game tomorrow. I would rather see him play in the cup 2 days ago instead of playing tomorrow, because the space is better between it and the Champions League. So
Okay.
to be fair to Pochettino, it wasn't a bad move. Neymar needed minutes. It's just the thing with Neymar is this is why I think he gets injured a lot compared to Mbappe or any other players. He's the type of player who likes to keep the ball near to his feet, to protect the ball, dribble with it. And the French players don't like that. So what do? They can't take the ball from him, so they tackle him. And it's so sad to see that the referees doesn't do nothing about it. Like the guy who tackled Neymar already had a yellow card and he didn't receive another one. He stopped the counter attack as well. So I really don't know what to say, man. Like, but to be honest, or are we talking about the PSG Barcelona game now?
Yes, we're going to go into it in a second. I was going to obviously have your own Damon's thoughts on it. So, but I just wanted to kind of like, obviously with this is all the big news going into the Champions League is that Neymar once again is not injured, and like whether like separate from the game, like I guess the two questions I want to ask is like, do you think that this is kind of it for Neymar regarding the Champions League and the potential, etc.? Because he's going to be 30 next year, next year. He's obviously getting injured at the same time. Is it ever going to work? I guess is my question, Ahmed. Given that this seems to be so frequent.
Yeah, he just turned 29 like 1 week ago. But
Fine.
The thing is, I still think we can win against Barcelona.
Okay.
And we see when we have Neymar in the team that it's a big boost. Like last year, we had him in most of the knockout games, and we came to the final. So the problem has been always that we can't go through when we have had Neymar. The problem has been that we haven't gone through the first round when he was injured. So we need to go through this round. And the thing with Neymar, the only thing I'm scared with him if he signs a 4-year contract, because skill-wise and talent-wise, he can do the same as Messi and Ronaldo, go on for when they are 35 or 34. But this guy, his playing style and everything, he gets injured a lot.
Yeah.
I don't know if he can like keep it up for 4 years more, or 5 years more. But the responsibility should be on the other players now to take us through. And then when Neymar comes back, because I think he will be fit for the second leg. So he can play that one.
Well, as Mo says, time for the best midfielder in the world, Marco, to step up for once in his life. Well,
do you know what the funny thing is?
Yeah.
He's not even fully fit. He's like 50% because he got punch, not punched. He got kicked in the like ribs by Dimitri Payet. So he will maybe not even play. Like Pochettino says, is a 50-50 will play or not.
Oh dear.
Red Devil. 1.5 weeks ago, I was like, is this the first time PSG will go into a game with a fully fit squad? I was so excited, so confident. And then like 4 days before.
He gassed them. He said a few things, said a few nicknames. We had the Marco discussion and stuff, and you know what I'm saying. And like, as soon as he started gassing United and saying those things, so I don't say anything anymore. I just keep my head down and just say, you know what, you focus on other people, you know, because I don't want that jinx coming anywhere near our team anymore. So, but anyway, let's go into the Barcelona versus PSG, because obviously that is the big game going in. And I want to quickly get obviously Damon's thoughts. We'll obviously go back around to end with Ahmed, but Damien, obviously as a Barcelona fan, obviously with what's going on with Barcelona and Messi and just everything really, do you think that Barcelona have a chance against what should be an easy win for PSG?
To be honest, I'm not sure what to expect this season. With PSG, they got Neymar, Di Maria out, so I guess that's a few worries we had to not worry about. So, and obviously Verratti, not fully fit. So, I mean, if those players aren't fit, then maybe we might get something and we get a result.
So how do you see? So if they are going to, sorry, if they are going to get a result, how do they get a result? Is what I'm saying. How do you see them getting a result?
It's kind of difficult because I feel like with us, whenever teams go against us, and whenever teams are in the transition, we look all over the place in defense. It's like Jordi Alba's like all the way up the pitch. Longley, sometimes his positioning can be iffy, and whoever's beside him is usually Araujo. Usually he's the only center back that's usually like positioned well, and he usually tries to stop the counter. And then right back, Miguetza, or how I like to call him, Jesus Christ. He's just everywhere on the pitch. But yeah, but I mean, even attacking wise, we don't look that great. I mean, ever since we lost Ansu Fati, we don't have another way of playing of a player to actually go at a defender and dribble past them and create opportunities, because all we basically do is just Messi flicks it over to Jordi Alba, and Jordi Alba brings it back to Messi, and he just takes a shot. That's basically what we always do. And that's a basic. And yeah, but I mean, I don't know. I mean,
you don't sound confident, Damien. You don't sound confident at all.
Yeah, I mean, after that Sevilla result, I mean, that was like the first team we were possibly facing, because the run that we went on was basically teams like Elche, Huesca, and them teams there down in the bottom. And against them, we got tactically outclassed. You know, Lopetegui practically just said, "All right, we're gonna defend and counter you," and he did it perfectly. We did not. We had a couple of chances, but it wasn't like real cutthroat challenges.
So before I meet in, are you concerned? Would you be concerned if I go onto the other panel? Would you be concerned about a potential like battering, like lubrication type sorts of battering that PSG, despite their injuries and things, could potentially, cause problems in that respect?
Yes, I do think that we can still get a battering without, Neymar and Di Maria. And possibly Marco not there. Because they still got Mbappe, and if one of their players, whoever it is, like Sarabia, one of them guys, pulls it on a plate for Mbappe, he's gonna finish it.
Yeah.
Even though he's not in great form, we just know that he's a great finisher, and position-wise, he can get in behind so brilliantly that he can destroy our center backs, because our center backs are not very quick, especially with Araujo getting injured. We basically have to play Titi, who has been absolutely atrocious ever since he came back. I mean, it's gonna be peak if a ball is over the top. If that happens, then it's basically, I feel like it will be a goal. So.
Fair enough. Well, let me go on to Abdullahi, because maybe Abdullahi might be more optimistic. Who knows? Abdullahi, what are your thoughts on PSG versus Barcelona? Abdullahi, there? Oh, maybe he's gone. Okay. LB.
Yeah, look, I was certainly looking forward to this tie when we heard that Neymar would be playing against his former club, but he has to once again and get injured. But look, in regards to the tie itself, I still think that PSG are heavy favourites, and that's been the case since we were playing against Barcelona when when the fixtures were released last year. I still think PSG are the informed side, are the better of the two teams. Barcelona, well, we know the season that they've had. in terms of the way they started, and they've been able to sort of slowly crawl their way up the Liga ladder. But I think PSG will have too much quality this time around. So, yeah, I think we'll be able to cover the loss of Neymar. And does come back in the second leg. I'm certainly looking forward to seeing him play against his old club. So PSG to win the first leg, 2-1.
2-1. Okay. Josh, what are your thoughts on PSG versus Barca?
Yeah, I like PSG, man. I'm kind of rooting for them. I used to not really like them too much, just because of spending loads of money and stuff like that. But I mean, at the end of the day, their clubs are just investing money. A lot of these owners are very, very rich. Let's be honest. Some clubs generate more than others with sales of shirts and things like that, and global fan base. But also, they're just rich, mostly Americans who don't like to put money in the club. Hello?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear you? Go on. Okay. Can you hear us?
Yes. Yeah, I can hear you.
Go on.
So yeah, I do like PSG. I'm not the biggest fan of Neymar. I love Mbappe though. Mbappe is probably my top 5 players right now. Just enjoyable to watch. Neymar, he does get kicked a lot. It reminds me of Hazard. Hazard used to just get fouled so much. But Neymar, I'm not his biggest fan, but you can't deny the talent. And I just feel like I remember they were gassing him up in I don't know if it was the semi-final or the quarter-final, saying, oh, he had so many successful dribbles. But like Mbappe was the one who came on and got the assist versus, I think it was Atalanta or someone like that. I can't even remember.
Atalanta.
Yeah, it was Mbappe who came on and got the assist after being injured. So I understand what Neymar brings. He can dribble past people and he's a game changer. But it was Mbappe who actually won them that game. But for some reason, all the headlines are about Neymar, so I don't really understand that. But yeah, I'm going with PSG, man. Like, Barca finished. Their coach, he's okay, Koeman. But I don't really see the system like my mind said. It just seems to be Messi to Jordi Alba and then cut back to Messi. There's not really a plan.
Oh, sorry, Josh, just interrupt you. Just some comments.
Sorry, guys. I was doing something at work. That was
no problem. Oh, your mic's. I'm echoing on your mic, Abdullah. I think.
Class B. The mic is Class B.
Bits and bobs. Pick up the panel. Appreciate it. Hala Madrid.
My man's got an Xbox 360 mic. Anyway, go on.
I didn't get notifications. Yeah, YouTube it's not saying my notifications for some
Stop
reason.
that, man. Stop that. Don't abuse my network.
It's really annoying. So, how are you guys on previewing? No, we're previewing all the Champions League games. Actually, we're previewing all of them because we're probably reviewing some of the results the following week, and then maybe doing a recap review going into the following week. So we haven't actually gone. In fact, once we finish, we're going into the Real Madrid versus Atalanta because that's obviously being. And Red Devil Lab says, "I got to go. Good stream. Thank you for tuning in, mate. I really appreciate it." So just wrap up your point, Josh. I'm going to quickly bring in Ahmed and then Abdullahi.
Yeah, it was. Yes, I just like PSG. Like I've always liked Poch. I think he's a great manager, great human being, great coach. I know he was at Spurs, but that's not his fault. He, where the money goes, he goes. So I want him to do well. I like the guy. People don't respect PSG for whatever because they don't have a Champions League and things like that. Last year, Bayern were just incredible. Let's be honest. The PSG were the second best team, and it's their chance to be the best this time. I see City as a challenge. I don't really see anybody else. I think PSG can get past anybody else. So I got PSG. I'm gonna go 2-0 PSG in the first leg.
Fair enough. Right, Ahmed. PSG. obviously with what we talked about, and just going into this game, what are your thoughts going into this game?
I said when we appointed Poch that I won't judge him on this season because it's the middle of the season.
Mhm.
But I will, because this game he needs to be tactically smart, not naive and arrogant and go with the usual style he have.
Mhm.
So let me just run through a lot of details.
Okay.
So my first concern would be the left back position. Because he loves Karazawa, and
Okay.
Karazawa is dog shit, but some games,
Class
some
B, class
games,
B.
some games he becomes prime Roberto Carlos. It's ridiculous.
Ahmed, can we give him Marcos Alonso? That's better.
So the, if I was the manager, I would play Abdul Diallo, who's been really good this season. If you remember Red Devil, he played against United on the left hand, as a left back, and
Yes,
Rashford
they
couldn't
did.
go.
Yes.
And Rashford couldn't go through him in 1-on-1. Like he had
Yes.
5 1-on-1s. He defended all of them.
That's
It was
true.
great. So, and the thing is, Barca have good players. If you look at their attack, the Us, Griezmann, Messi, Pedri, they are good players, and that's the reason I'm um, a bit scared if Karzawa plays in that defensive role. I would rather play Diallo. And on the fullback, when I saw the Sevilla versus Barcelona game, Sevilla used their fullback so good, and I think that was the reason they won the game. If you look at a Rakitic goal, the fullback got the ball quickly and over a long ball to Rakitic, and he scored a goal. So I think the fullbacks will be really important for this game. Now, when Neymar is out, things will look differently.
Yeah. Yeah.
We need the number 10. So, and the sad thing is, Di Maria is also injured. So if
Oh,
we
Di
doesn't,
Maria's injured as well, is he?
yeah, he's injured. He got
Oh,
injured against Marseille. So when
okay.
Di Maria is also injured, who do I have? We have Sarabia and we have Draxler. I don't want to see Draxler on the pitch because he's lazy and he don't want to play. He just want to end up his contract and go to Arsenal or some team like that. Um,
What about Icardi? Is he injured still?
no, Icardi will play.
Okay.
So Mbappe will play, and then I think Sarabia will play on the right hand side. And this is where things get interesting. I think because Poch has been doing this from the beginning when Neymar was injured, he plays Verratti as a number 10.
Okay.
And this is the interesting thing. Like, if we play a counter-attacking style, which I think we should do, because Barcelona's defensive line is shocking, absolutely
Yeah.
embarrassing.
Yeah.
That's how you get through Barcelona, the counter-attacking style.
Yeah.
If he
Okay.
plays Verratti as a number 10, I think it will work. If he plays a counter-attacking style, but if we
Okay.
play if we play possession-wise, we need Verratti as a number 6 because he controls the midfield.
Okay.
So, as I said, it all depends on how Poch wants to play. If he wants to keep possession, just going forward, it's a dumb tactic because Coleman is a brain-dead manager. The only tactics he got is to attack, attack, attack. He don't care about defense. He will play the same style, hold position, go forward, even though they're losing. So
Okay.
if you just can be a bit more pragmatic, hit them on the counter, especially with the players we have. We have Mbappe, one of the most counter-attacking dangerous players, and we
Yeah.
have Paredes. Paredes is very important for um, Pochettino's system because he is one of the best, in my opinion, at hitting those long balls or those quick through balls or those balls behind the line to break the midfield.
Okay.
So if he plays the right way, I think we have a very, very good chance of winning against Barcelona. And
Okay.
to be honest, Barcelona are still the underdogs, even though we don't have Di Maria, even though we don't have Neymar. We should win this game. If we just perform like we used to do or have been doing, I see this game going 1-0 to PSG or 2-0 to PSG. But again, we can't forget. I know I have bantered Barcelona a lot, and they are a Finnish club, and they will be Finnish after Messi leaves.
Yeah.
But
Relax,
they
relax.
still have good players. We can't take Messi, the Us. De Jong has been playing very good this season.
This is why you can't rule them out, Barcelona, because like if
Yeah, that's the thing.
he just decides to just do what Messi does, then you can't stop him, if that makes any sense, you know.
Yeah.
So I'm not saying he will, but he could. He has the potential to do it.
Messi can show. The problem with Barcelona is that they're inconsistent, but they still have world-class players, or not world-class players now, but they used to be world-class players like the Us, Griezmann. They can show up in any day. And this game, Mbappe, you need to show up, man. I don't want to see a performance as you did against United when we lost 3-1. When he missed so many chances. I want to see the Mbappe who runs behind the defense, finish good. Man, it's so much pressure on him right now.
Yeah.
Because we don't have Di Maria as well, so we're just depending on him.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, I predict a 2-0 win for PSG. It's really important that we get a away goal. I would be happy with draw even. Just we get a away goal and either win it by 1 goal or a draw. I would be happy with this game.
Thank you, Ahmed Van. How much the Barca's front six is really good, and PSG against Basco, where you can win with 2 great players. It's 11 aside, lads. So, we'll come into your team in a second because obviously you have some issues. Before we go to
can
that,
I ask Damien something? Because I don't know, is Araujo fit? Because I heard he maybe would be back.
He won't be fit for it.
Oh, because Araujo is a good player, I think. Longlet and Umtiti, I would rather play against them because they are embarrassing.
Yes, the Longlet is. I'm not sure how
is Dest fit or Roberto?
His name is Singlet. It's not Longlet.
Wait,
they wouldn't even get into the Arsenal defense. Finished.
Is Dest and Roberto fit, or they also injured? Because they were injured before.
Dest, he might be back for the first leg. Roberto is still injured. Well, he got injured again.
Imagine if they played the Jesus guy with the long hair. Minguez.
Jesus Christ.
This is gonna be this, but this is the thing. It's like before I go into passing up live, but like clearly Barcelona disadvantages. So if Barca do spank PSG or do overcome this leg, is this a question of okay, PSG are favorites, they should have no problem, or will people say like they did against United, like they did against to a certain extent in the Camp Nou? Will there be excuses like this player wasn't available, this player wasn't available, this didn't happen, or will there be?
There's no excuse. There are no excuses for this one.
Okay.
Rather, if we lose this one, it will be so bad. I said it before. I won't come to the hangout in like 1 month time, and I won't write on Twitter. I'm not even joking.
Bro,
if we lose this knockout game,
I need you on the hangout. I need you if that happens.
No. If we lose this knockout game, I won't come. I won't come if we lose this knockout game.
Stream. 24
I
hours.
will be depressed, man.
Abdullahi, man, what are your thoughts on this game?
I think I already as a PSG fan, I think I asked Ahmed already about it. This is a problem. We need to have a discussion about Neymar getting injured in the knockout stage. For me, it's not a coincidence. This happens every year, and it's a high time we have a discussion about Neymar getting just getting injured on it. I don't know the problem. Is it PSG owner or is the manager? They are playing in an irrelevant match. That match is not that much relevant. Why would you be playing Neymar in a match that there is not even relevant for you? I understand he's been injured for like a month or 2 months. You can bring him on like 20 minutes or 10 minutes to go. Why would you start him when you know you have an important match on Tuesday to play? It doesn't make any sense. It's a superstar. Neymar is a superstar.
Ahmed getting my point that maybe it's minutes because he's not been playing many minutes. So just
yes,
Abdullahi.
Yeah.
Abdullahi, this is the sad thing of being a PSG fan. I come into games, especially Champions League game, not being excited. I'm just worried that our players will get injured. That's the only thing I'm thinking about. If you think about teams like Liverpool, they play like the same squad each game.
Every day. Yeah, exactly.
They don't rotate. So it's crazy how I really just think it's how Neymar plays, because he plays with the ball, dribbles, and the French. The way they tackle is so disgusting. If you watch the PSG against Abdullah, you will see they tackle Mbappe and Neymar so hard.
And I think you are very correct. And I think I think this is the time. I told Ahmed, this is the time Kylian Mbappe needs to show up. I want Mbappe to show up. Yes, people may say it's been this, but I want him to shower the shoulder of Neymar not playing. He needs to show the world that yes, my name is Kylian Mbappe, not for that they usually call him. Because if Mbappe doesn't show up against Barcelona for me, then it doesn't have to be in the category of being a generational player. It doesn't. He doesn't. This is the time he needs to show up and show the world. He need to show the world up. Like, my name is Kylian Mbappe, and I'm still that best player you guys have been saying. So he needs to show up, not just because of for the narrative, but for people who are watching football, just to see how good of a player. We know Mbappe is talented. We know how good Mbappe is. But the problem is he's been lacking consistency for many years. That's the problem. That consistency needs to show in him. We need to see that consistency from him to show the world that yes, he still has that ability as a player. But if he doesn't show that consistency in him, people will keep writing him off. They will keep writing him off. And it doesn't make any sense because he has that potential and the ability to show. I've seen Mbappe play, and Mbappe has been he scored goals. I've seen Mbappe scoring goals with flair, playing with flair. But it become an issue when Mbappe just decided to become a crap. So something is going on. He needs to show that mentality of him. I want to become the best. I want to do this. He has to show that best player in him. He needs to show you that yes, I still have this ability. People kind of rate me this. I have this ability to show up. So he has to show up. This is a match that is needed. It's a match that all the world are waiting for. They want to see the Kylian Mbappe everybody want to see. So I think the show that is going to be on Mbappe. This is where we're going to kind of test Pochettino of how good of a manager he is. Because for me, I don't rate Koeman. For me, I don't rate that guy. Koeman is playing for KD Jung as a central back. How the hell will we be doing that? I don't rate him. Playing a midfielder in the central back when you're not Pep Guardiola. So that's for me. I don't really read that much of Koeman. But now this is where we have to see how good of a manager was called Pochettino is.
Yeah.
Because in Tottenham Hotspur, we see how good of a manager, the way he plays, the kind of way he presses, the kind of way he holds possession, the kind of way he wants his team to play. We saw it in Tottenham. I saw it in Tottenham. Everybody saw it in Tottenham. Now, you need to transform that form into PSG. If I see PSG playing against Barcelona and pressing them, scoring 3 or 4 goals before the 45 minutes, I'm offing the TV. I'm not watching again. Because it's going to get ugly. I'm serious. It's going to get ugly. It will get ugly.
A2?
I'm serious. It could possibly get ugly. So if I'm seeing, because now people are saying Mbappe now. Messi himself, he's been taught the GOAT, the disease. Messi himself have to show up also to that, yes. Because there's been a rumor he wants to go to PSG, and Neymar is pushing the deal, Mbappe is pushing the deal, Di Maria is pushing everything, is pushing Icardi too. Everybody's pushing Messi to come to PSG. Now he needs to show up. Show why you really think PSG should buy you, and why you really think yes, PSG, you need to buy me and you need to kind of hire me as a player. So he has to show it. If he doesn't show it, I don't think PSG kind of waste their strength on getting Leo Messi. It's gonna be that's the kind of match I'm waiting to watch out of this Champions League. When I see the draw, PSG Barcelona, I was like, wow, this is a match I want to watch. This match I want to see. Yeah, that's was split. Exactly. I didn't know Neymar is gonna get injured, but now that he's injured now, they have to play without Neymar. I think it favors PSG than Barcelona for me because now PSG no Neymar. We have no pressure. We just have to go out there and play our football, enjoy ourselves. Because if there was Neymar, they were like, oh, there's a superstar on the horizon. His name is Neymar. So all ball we go to Neymar. All ball we go literally to Neymar. Now, Di Maria, Sarabia, everybody, Mbappe and everybody, they will play their ball. They just play with excitement.
With happiness. Cut you off. Just round off your points, sorry, just because we just got a few more games to preview.
Okay. For me, I will possibly go with PSG for me, other than going for Barcelona. I don't know. I have this feeling that PSG is gonna just show up, and I'm having this feeling. I'm seeing an induction. I don't know where it's gonna come from. I'm seeing an induction. I don't know where it's come from. With the pace of Kylian Mbappe and that Barcelona defense, I do not trust that defense.
Can I just say something quickly?
Yeah, go on.
The Neymar injury is very bad, and all the PSG fans are sad. But I've been saying this a lot. The 2 players I really don't want to get injured, and they will need to play every game, is Verratti and Marquinhos. Those 2 we need every game because we have showed that we can play without Neymar. and Mbappe. We crushed Real Madrid 3-0. It was actually Sarabia who scored a goal as well. So we can't play, and Icardi scored. So we can't play without those two. But the core is really, with every team, the core is very important. Marquinhos and Verratti. And if they are fit, I will always give PSG a chance to win this game.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Everyone's talked about PSG, Barcelona, haven't they? I think everyone's talked about it.
Yeah, I think so.
Yes, cool. Okay, so let's quickly move on. I know what's our bro Hala Madrid is in, but I thought it'd be interesting because I think Sergio Ramos is out of this game, and does that change things? That's Atalanta obviously versus Real Madrid. Obviously Sergio Ramos is out. Someone's got to confirm if there are any other injured players out. I know that
no Ramos for Real Madrid. I'm going for
Ramos,
Atlanta.
Yeah,
I'm going
Ramos
for Atlanta.
is
I'm going for Atlanta. It's done. It's done.
It's done already.
It's done. It's done. It's done. It's done.
Red Devil,
Madrid cannot play without Ramos. Real Madrid can play without Ramos. They cannot play without him.
And of course, obviously, unlike last season, Ilicic is obviously back. Obviously,
Yeah, that's an
about
easy one.
You forgot about Zard. He's injured as well.
Oh yes, Eden Hazard. Yes, yeah. I mean, some people say that this guy is the best player. He's awesome. He's better than certain players like Ronaldo, and I don't know. I don't know what Zard has actually done for Real Madrid since it's come along, but you're absolutely right. Eden Hazard is not part of. He's in this picture as well, isn't he? He's not going to be playing.
He looks fat in the picture as well.
I'm starting to feel bad for him because when Burger King, the official Burger King site, are trolling you,
Two for one.
like on Twitter, they're trolling you. You can't catch a break, man. So Zard isn't there. Obviously, Ramos isn't there. Let me start with Josh going first. Like, are the tables turned? Because I mean, Atalanta, man. You know, what do you think?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, like I said, for me that's an easy one. Atalanta. I watched them.
So wait. So you think Atalanta easy dub?
Yeah.
No. Real Madrid are going to struggle despite still having Kroos, still having Modric, still having Benzema.
Forget Kroos, man. Forget the Führer Kroos. Forget that guy. But yeah, it's. I've watched Atalanta this season, and I've watched Real Madrid, and Atalanta took apart AC Milan, just dismantled them. And I watched a game recently. I think it was Napoli who was it? Was it Napoli in the Coppa Italia?
Yeah, it was Napoli. It was Napoli.
Man, they like the way they play. I watched the goal. I think I forgot who scored it, but Zapata assisted it. The way they move the ball, it's just too quick. It's too fluid when they're on their game. Like I think last year, obviously Ilicic had personal issues. We don't know exactly what it was. I think the Italian press lied about what it was actually. But yeah, Ilicic, he's a baller, man. Proper centre forward. People are only kind of probably giving him his props in the past couple of years. That guy is a serious player. Like a proper centre. What Bobby Firmino used to do for Liverpool, Ilicic does that. Like he's probably I can't think of many better centre forwards right now. Like just centre forwards. I don't mean number 9s or strikers. I just mean centre forwards. This guy's a serious player, man. And they've got a good team around them. Zapata looks good. There's a Dutch guy. I forgot his name. He looks pretty good. Is it Gossens? Is he the Dutch guy?
I think you mean Darun.
Where's Gossens from? Gossens.
Germany. It's from Germany.
Germany, okay. Yeah, he's good. I'm not too sure about their defense. I haven't really watched them too much of their defense, but man, their attack is just phenomenal. Real Madrid with no Ramos, there's no chance, man. There's no chance for me. So I'm definitely going Atalanta on that one.
Fair enough. Okay. LB, what's your thoughts on Atalanta versus Real Madrid?
Yeah, I want to say Real Madrid because, obviously we know what they are capable of, and we know that the Champions League is their. They're very good at the Champions League, but time and time again, they've shown that they really do struggle without Ramos. He's the leader. He's their best defender, and I recall, some really big games over the last 3-4 seasons where, whenever Ramos has been missing, opposition teams have either been able to get themselves out of a losing position to almost win the game, or even win the game itself. So, I think it's going to be a draw, to be honest. I think it's going to be a 2-2 draw. Atalanta, Real Madrid. And do we know why Ramos is out? Is he injured?
Yes, it's is it a calf injury? I think it might be a calf injury, but he's definitely like a suspension or anything like that.
Yeah, and those things can take anywhere between 4 to 6 weeks, calf injuries. So, I think it's going to be a draw. They'll certainly need him in the second leg, in my opinion. But, 2-2.
Fair enough. Moving on, so I'm going to quickly make something to let you guys speak. I've not come to Damien or Abdullah yet. So I think, Damien, what's your thoughts on Real Madrid? Yes.
Well, my opinion, I hope that, Real can absolutely lubricate Atalanta. I want a lubrication by Real Madrid. I hopefully, Benzema gets a hat trick, all of that, all that good stuff,
No, we don't do reverse jinx on this channel. We don't do on the have hope that we do, but on this channel we try and keep it clean, and because I know that's reverse jinx going on.
Damien,
continue, Damien.
No one has the power as HH does.
Yeah, exactly. It's not gonna happen. It's just.
I have tried it. It doesn't work.
It doesn't work.
It's only HH who can do it.
Exactly. Go on, David.
Team from Africa, so how do you expect not to work, man? How do you expect not to work? It is from Nigeria, man. You expect it to work.
Want to make payments, but I think this game is going to be very interesting. Without Ramos in their defense, Real Madrid haven't looked good whenever he's not on the pitch with his defensive qualities and his leadership on the pitch. So, in Atalanta, they look pretty good right now. I mean, defensively, not that great, but attacking wise, they can be, they can score 5 goals on you on any given day. So, and I think this game will be high scoring. So I'm gonna go. I think Atalanta's at home, so first. So I'm gonna go 3-2 to Atalanta, with Zapata getting a hat trick. And Real Madrid, I think probably Benzema, and but I think Benzema will get a brace because he's the only one that really scores for them.
Okay. Let me just quick with some comments, and then I'll go to. I think Abdullah, I haven't come to you yet, have you, about this? Before I read the comments.
Go for it.
Yeah. And Ahmed, have you spoken about this yet?
No.
No, okay, fine. So you two are last ones, right? Let me just quickly read these comments. So Mo says Atalanta can beat Madrid in a one-off over 2 legs. I doubt it. Okay. They beat Liverpool 2-0, but also lost 5-0. Okay, so inconsistency. And Bell 828, thank you for coming and subscribing, mate. Appreciate it. If Atalanta can keep their defense all right, they will beat Real. And I think that's what it comes to. It's all about defense. I think in that sense. Abdullahi, Real Madrid. What are your thoughts?
Like I already said, no Sergio Ramos, no Real Madrid, no party. No party, no nothing. No Sergio Ramos, no Madrid. It's game over. I'm already giving Atalanta 2-0 already. It's 2-0 already. Because no Ramos. You can't tell me Militao Varane's gonna be in that defense against Duba Sabata, Muriel,
Varane's one
Ilicic.
of the best centre backs in the world, apparently.
Best what?
He's one of the best centre backs.
If Sergio Ramos doesn't play for Real Madrid, if he doesn't play, Varane look like a class A. Class A. He look like a class A. So are you gonna tell me Zabata, Muriel, Ilicic, with the form they are at the moment, they will roast those 5 and 6. They will roast them out. Ramos not even playing is a minus. It's a negative for me. He's out. That's why I thought Ramos would be fit for the first leg. Now I'm hearing he's not even playing. Yeah, I'm sliding with Atalanta for me. I'm sliding with them. I'm going with them. I think it's gonna be a nice scoring match for me. A nice scoring match.
Ahmed, what are your thoughts on this one?
I agree with Abdullahi. The thing with Atalanta is they're very inconsistent. Either they win like 3-0 or they lose 3-0. Because they play a very pressing, high line style. But the thing is, as Abdullahi said, no Sergio Ramos, no party. Because imagine Atalanta pressing Rafael Varane. He will shit himself. He will do a mistake, 100%. So I honestly think I can guarantee a Varane mistake in that game. I don't see where the goal.
Could this be if Varane does? Could this be a lubrication? Could this actually be a massacre? Potentially.
For who? Varane.
For Real Madrid. If, as you said, with obviously Atalanta's high line, high press, their defense is all over the place. Could this be, could they be battered?
Oof. I don't know about battered because I still think Real Madrid have quality in their squad, even though they have an aging squad. But I don't see enough quality in Real Madrid. I don't see where the goals will come from if it's not Benzema. And as you said, Ramos, he's not only a good defender, he's a very good leader, and he helps Varane so much in defense. So I can see maybe a high-scoring game that in the first game Atalanta will maybe win by 3-1 or something like that, and then maybe Real Madrid win 1-0 or 2-0 in the next game. But I think Atalanta will go through this time.
Okay.
Fair enough. Hala Madrid says,
Red Devil, please. I don't want to see any induction for the Atlanta Real Madrid. I do not want to see induction. I'm sorry. This is not a cricket or basketball. Nah, I don't want that. I don't. I don't want to see 4-0, 5-0. I'm not ready for that kind of match. I'm not. I'm not ready for 5-0, 4-0. I'm not. This is not a cricket or basketball. I'm not. If I see like 5-0 or 6-0, we need to have a discussion about Real Madrid entirely. I'm serious. I'm serious. There have to be an induction for the badge.
They've won 3 CLs, man. You've got to give them a bit.
I don't care about if you want to tell me the almighty Real Madrid is being lubricated 5-0 or 6-0. Nah. I can't stand that. I cannot. No.
Well, according to Hala Madrid, #Profile, Varane is top 3 centre back. Calm down, mate. Militao ain't playing. It's Nacho. And we need to drop Casemiro. He is a disgrace versus the press. I think that is true. And then drop Casemiro and we'll be fine, lads. So essentially the key is drop Casemiro and fine. Is anyone else anything to say about Real Madrid versus but it sounds like people seem to be more swinging towards Atalanta in this game, but I think LB than Real Madrid doing anything from what I can summarize because of the lack of Sergio Ramos and just where Real Madrid are at this moment in time. But does anyone have any other thoughts about this game before we quickly move on?
Real Madrid are finished.
So the last couple of games, to be honest, what I would say maybe not as big games, but some just briefly thoughts on the last 3. So you've got Porto versus Juventus, Lazio versus Bayern, and Gladbach versus City.
Those two matches, just forfeit it. Just forfeit.
Forfeit. Well, see, that's what I'm saying. So a lot of them is just kind of like there's not really much to discuss, really. I mean, you could maybe say if we could talk about Porto versus Juventus first. Obviously, Ronaldo. You'd think actually, no. Let's talk about it. I mean, Juventus are a bit of an enigma. and their group stage performances weren't particularly convincing. You would expect them to get some this win over Porto, but how they've been performing in Serie A remains to be seen. So, is everyone confident that Juventus will get through Porto, or would you really be surprised if, at least in this leg, the Porto might get some?
As long as Cristiano Ronaldo is still playing for Real Madrid, they have 100% chance of going to, of even winning the competition. As long as that guy is still playing, my Lord in heaven, they have every chance.
Abdullahi,
No.
you can't forget. I can be wrong, but I think Ronaldo played against Lyon last season.
I know.
They got knocked
Yeah,
out.
they
I think-
lost.
Look, Juventus, they are not a good team purely because of the coach, in my opinion. I don't see any playing style, nothing. Before, when this title was made, I thought that Porto has a very good chance. But after I saw the game against Inter in the cup game, Juventus versus Inter, I see a different Real Madrid. A different Juventus. I saw Juventus who scored 2 goals in the first leg, and they then put up a very good defense in the and become a bit dirty in the second leg. So, and I think they lacked it last season in the Champions League. So, just because of that game, I would say that Juventus will go through. You're muted, Redo.
Yeah, LB thoughts?
Yeah, I think Juventus will have too much quality at the end of the day. When you have Cristiano Ronaldo, you're pretty well off. So, yeah, Juventus to win for me. I think it's going to be a big win for them. I think it's going to be a 3-1 victory to Juventus. Red Devil, you're on mute.
On mute again, sorry. So 3-1 to Juventus.
Yep.
3-1 to Juventus. Josh, what are your thoughts on this game?
Yeah, I'm the same. I'm going 3-1 Juventus. Porto are good, but Juve, like Abdullahi said, when Ronaldo's in the team, there's always a chance. They looked poor against Lyon last season, but yeah, they should have enough to beat Porto.
Okay, so everyone's giving the Porto dub. Damien, your thoughts?
I don't know what to really expect. I mean, Juve should win, but we said that against Lyon, and we said that with Ajax, and look what happened. It was only Ronaldo that really showed up, and the rest of the team didn't really say much. So, if it's only Cristiano that shows up, then I mean, I don't really think. I mean, if Morata shows up, then yeah, I feel like they should come through this tie quite easily. But if he doesn't, then I think Porto can have a chance and possibly going through. But right now, I'm just gonna go 2-1 Juve. I think it would be a brace by Cristiano, and I don't know many Porto players, but I think someone will get a goal for them and make the tie interesting.
Okay. Who else isn't? Josh, have you given your opinion on here? Josh?
I
I
have.
already did.
You have. So who hasn't given their opinion on it? Abdullahi, have you? I don't think you've given your opinion, Abdullahi, yet.
I have given. You mean about
Juventus Porto?
I already said I said as long as Ronaldo is playing,
Oh, the
they have a
start of the
chance.
thing, yeah. Okay.
They have a chance for me.
Okay.
They have a chance.
Right. Let's quickly move on. So the other two are the fairly, in my opinion, that shouldn't really take too long games. And then, guys, for those who are still watching, we're going to have just a brief Q&A. So if you have any questions to the panel or for any of the Champions League people you want our opinion on, please let us know. Please post your questions in the comments. We'll address those questions just after we finished. So I think these should be quick, I would assume. And the first one, I guess, is Gladbach versus Manchester City. Does anyone give Gladbach a chance here, given how good City have been, or maybe am I underestimating Gladbach given how they performed in their group stage and how they?
I'm giving Gladbach a chance. I'm giving Gladbach a chance.
Okay, so why?
I know City are good. But I still don't trust City in the Champions League. I don't. At the moment, it's because of Pep Guardiola overthinking too much. That's the reason I still gonna give them a chance. Now, people say this is their year to win Champions League. I'm just gonna be looking at them and be laughing. If Pep Guardiola get out of that Champions League round of 16, I will start by commenting now. If that guy get out of the Champions League round of 16, it won't go well. Twitter will not sleep.
It's not gonna go.
It should better. I'm serious. If Pep Guardiola get out of the Champions, it should just retire. Terminate his contract from Man City and go. No. Terminate his contract and get the hell out of Man City. ASAP. It's gonna be a disgrace. For 5 consecutive seasons, he hasn't even made the Champions League final. And you're telling me he's the GOAT.
What kind of GOAT is that? Final. Champions League semi-final.
Does he get?
Not even semis.
Wait.
No. And you're telling me he's the GOAT. No. Someone cannot be the GOAT. No. Someone can't be the GOAT, and you can't even sniff semis. No.
Yo,
I'm not having that conversation.
Josh, what are you trying to say? Go on, Josh.
I'm saying, does Pep get sacked if he doesn't get to the final?
It should be sacked. It should be.
No.
It should
be sacked.
No. So Man City is gonna be telling me now they want to win the Champions League now is a success for them, and losing the Champions League is a success, and winning the Premier League.
Mommy is calling ball for you.
I mean, what I would say about
maybe not the final, but maybe say for example they lose to Gladbach. Do you think he deserves a sack?
No.
Okay.
No, but I do think that people have to question when people are saying GOAT, world class, etc. And in the last 5 years, you've not been able to make a Champions League semi-final, let alone I don't even remember. Did he make the Champions League semi-final with Bayern? Maybe once.
Yeah, he did.
Three.
I think.
Three
Once.
times.
I think once.
3 times.
Yeah.
Oh, 3 times with Bayern.
Okay.
Yeah, so if he again doesn't make at least a semi-final this time in Europe, yes, you could say he's successful domestically, and I think that's still something to be said. But the top managers in the world are able to do all three, at least within some form in a short period of time. So I don't think you could say, in my opinion, and I get trolled and cussed by City fans all the time when they say, well, of course he's good, look what he's built. And I'm like, well, yes, but when I know I go on about the money that he spent, but the reality is that he has spent a lot of money, and that money should be able to compete with a league and a Champions League. So if you're seeing teams that haven't spent nowhere near that amount of money, like Bayern Munich and Liverpool, etc., in terms of net, and they've been able to get their hands on the trophy, then something has to be said for your management potentially. Are you as good as people say that you are?
But that's my issue with Pep Guardiola. When people come and say I hate him, I'm not hating Pep Guardiola. You cannot spend that money, and Man City fans are telling me he's the greatest manager of all time. Are they crazy or something? No, it's not the greatest for me, because you cannot be the greatest and you are been in Man City for how many seasons? For 5 or 6 seasons, and the excuse we have is VAR every year, VAR every year, VAR every year. Please tell me, was VAR created because of Manchester City? No, it wasn't created for Man City. VAR was used because it's a technology that has been implemented in Europe. So it wasn't created for Man City. You can't come and excuse that you've been telling me it's VAR. VAR does not do anything. If you play your football and win matches, when VAR needs to step in, they will step in.
Oh, LB, what's your...
Abdullahi, if there's a VAR, he would not have beaten you guys in the 09 semi-final. So yeah, you're right.
I'm saying if there was VAR,
Pep
Guardiola would not beat Chelsea in 2009 champion. Do you remember how many penalties Chelsea were kind of rubbish in the whole 9 finals? How many penalties? So people should not come out about this VAR stuff. And no, I don't want to hear that. If Pep Guardiola is good enough, he should win that Champions League final. This is his year. I'm not ready for any excuse. This is his year.
He's delivering it, bro.
Gladbach was the most successful team in our group. Lost against Verdel, joining I'm sure it's closed. He does a Friday night Q&A or something like that. So I don't think I'll be able to come on anyway. So, but maybe the weekend. Limo, the expectations on Pep are beyond ridiculous. No. It's not. It's not that. It's not. No one's saying that he should. I'm not even saying that he should even win. All I'm saying really is that. All I'm saying is that it's reasonable to expect that with the team that he's bought and has inherited, he should get them to at least a semi-final. Yeah. Especially considering that Pellegrini, the year before he got replaced, took that team to a semi-final. And the teams, and it's the thing, the context is like, it'd be fair enough if he was being beaten by peak Bayern teams, peak Barcelona teams, peak fair enough, got no problem, the better team, but it's not that. It's okay. It was like Monaco, and you're like, okay, fair enough. They had a lot of talent quality there, but still, it wasn't an inexperienced Monaco side. They had a better coaching system, didn't they? But it was his first season. Liverpool, okay, Klopp's a really good manager, but still. But you're like, okay, fair enough. Liverpool, Spurs, you're like, really? But okay, Kane, Moura. Now Leon, and you're like, okay, come on now. It's getting a bit
ridiculous.
So if he's now going to be if he's now getting beaten by Gladbach and he gets knocked out by that team, you got to start asking questions. Sorry, go on, LB.
And then, what really bamboozles me is at the beginning of every single season, Manchester City are favourites to win the Champions League, or for at least most of the last 5-6 seasons when Pep has been knocked out. I mean, I don't know why that is, but it's just so frustrating because he can't even make a semi-final, like what Abdullahi was saying.
As Hala Madrid says, guys, don't forget 2011 RVP red card versus Barcelona also had an advantage. Yes. I said VAR is definitely going to be making a big difference in these things, assuming that the referees aren't corrupt. But sorry, just round off your point.
Don't make me relive that. Please don't make me relive that. That gives me PTSD.
And Dimitri want to CL. Nothing says about the quality managers haven't made a CL final with good teams. I don't. Yeah, I get your point, Mo. But the thing is,
Juju. That was actually
there's definitely Juju and luck involved. I get it, but he had 5 years. He's had 5. It's not just a one-off season. He's now into his 5th year with a significant amount of money spent. I don't think you can compare that to a Di Matteo who just basically got thrown in the job, and a lot of factors align. This is not fair enough with his first season. Fair enough, like I said, if he was playing against peak Bayern, Real Madrid, all these types of teams. It's not like he's had a massive challenge, So I don't know, bro. I think, come on, if he loses to Gladbach in round of 16, you can't say that this is just, nah. I don't. I'm not saying he should be sacked. I'm just saying that it's not good enough for what he was brought in to deliver. Sorry, who's was that? LB, were you gonna say something? Or?
Yeah, I think just going off that. Yeah, I think it's been the case even long before his career at Man City, even at Bayern Munich. He wasted a golden generation with Bayern Munich that he virtually inherited. So to call him the GOAT, it's too far-fetched.
Does anyone else have any thoughts on this, on what City Gladbach game? I'm assuming everyone, aside from Abdullahi, does anyone else think that City will have any issues, or this is just an easy win?
Red Devil Studio, I have a proposal.
Okay.
And this is my proposal to all Man City fans and everybody listening to me.
Okay.
If Pep Guardiola get knocked out by Mönchengladbach, what position are they in Germany? 7th or 8th?
Yeah, I don't think they're in the top 4. I'll just get the Bundesliga table up. I don't think they're in the top 4 last time I checked.
What position are they?
They are, they're not even top 5. They're 7th. You're right. 7th. They are 7th right now. So
if Mönchengladbach beat Manchester City, Red Devil, I don't want to hear any competition again about being the greatest of all manager. No. I can understand his achievements in domestic, winning the Premier League, the what's called the German League, the Champions League with Barcelona and everything. Apart from that, Barcelona Champions League he has won. He hasn't won any Champions League apart from that. He hasn't. So people coming out and telling me a conversation about him being the GOAT, I don't want to hear that because it's gonna piss. I don't want to hate on him, but if you start bringing that excuse to me now, that will make me get angry and get pissed off about Guardiola entirely. All of everybody will hate me entirely. So at this moment, you just have to win it. I don't want any excuse. I don't want VAR. VAR was not created for Pep Guardiola Man City. It was not created for him. If you are good enough, win your matches. So this is his year to win it. This is his year for Pep Guardiola to literally shut everybody match, including me, and win that Champions League. And it's game over. If he doesn't win that, I'm just gonna be laughing if he doesn't win it.
Well, I know what's gonna happen on HH's channel if he doesn't win because
I already told the cheat. If Pep Guardiola loses to Machine Gladbach, we're going 24 hours. I'm being serious. I told him already. I already told him.
It's not gonna happen.
But Mbappe is on forward, which hopefully Super Saiyan Rash can make it competitive. Well, we're not in the same competitions. I will even take that L there. So, but one of them has scored a hat trick in the CL this season. The other, it is what it is.
Relax.
I was going to say something. Let's move on to the final game, and this is which I think is probably even more. It's Lazio versus Bayern Munich.
Forfeit. Don't even talk about it. Just forfeit the match. Forfeit is. First leg is going to be 10-0. So why are we going to talk about this?
Well, I don't know. Bayern defense has been sloppy at times. They lost. What's that third division team called? Hilsen Kiel or something that they got knocked out of the German Cup by?
Sounds like a beer. I don't know what.
Yeah, exactly. I genuinely thought when I saw the result, I was like, "Is this some sort of brand of beer that I'm not familiar with? Like, what's going on?" And they lost it.
Was it Holsten Kiel?
Helsinki Kiel, yeah, exactly. So,
oh my days.
So anything's possible.
That doesn't even sound right.
Helsinki Kiel, just like what's? Does anyone give a chance here, man? Josh, you're speaking, man. What do you think?
I like Ciro Immobile, man. That guy's a serious baller. He was close to Lewandowski, last season for the what do you call it, golden whatever. So that guy's a serious player. Pretty sort of underrated in a sense. Scores lots of goals. He's good in the air, good with his feet. But come on, man, flipping Lazio, there's no chance. Lazio with fans would definitely stand a chance because their fans are absolutely crazy.
Yeah,
they're absolutely maniacs.
Yeah.
Right? But no, there's no chance. There's no point discussing this. There's no point.
Oh, someone wants to join who might have a fair share of opinions. But it's core. It's core. So that one
not Beatty.
No, because it's Bayern Munich now. So it's like screw Dortmund and the Sevilla tie. So I've sent you the link, core, so you can have your thoughts on this Bayern game as well. Does anyone else think that Lazio've got a chance here?
No, I don't think so.
No one. But I want to speak. Yeah, cool. I'm at work, but I want to speak. Okay, on the Lazio game. If you're listening, thank you for tuning in, core man. I've sent you the link, so it's in Twitter, but I'll put it in the chat as well.
Look at what I cost now. I said it. I already got some Man City fans that are coming at me and saying I'm a fraud. I'm saying nonsense. Man City fans, I will repeat it again. If Pep Guardiola get knocked out by Borussia Mönchengladbach, I will repeat it again. Mönchengladbach, you're gonna be in trouble. Man City fans, they're in big mess. If NASA is rushing, it should not even show out for like a year or 2 years. You should not come to any angle 2 years. If you lose to Mönchengladbach, that was how deep it is for Man City now.
I will try and come up with this, by the way, Bucko, just to show you're aware of that. And just before I answer, Mo says, even if he wins a CL with City, he's not the GOAT, but he shouldn't be sacked or something. He goes, yeah, no. There's no, from a domestic point of view, he shouldn't at all. Because obviously he's successful with City League and they don't have any better options coach-wise. I just think it's a bit overkill when people say he is the GOAT or close to the GOAT, or that certainly in European football has been a success when he's not won a Champions League since 2011. It's almost a decade ago. And since for 5 years. So half of that time, he's not even been able to get to a semi-final. So when you look at that theory, people talk about Sir Alex Ferguson. But if you take his decade, at least you could say, okay, great. Over a decade, he won 2 CLs, and he got to certain semi-finals. He got to So if you talk about from 99 to 2009, over that decade, he won 2 CLs, and he got to at least 2, I think, finals, and then various semi-finals. So comparatively. Core is in the background. Core, your thoughts on Bayern Munich against Lazio?
Yeah, man. This is going to be a really good game. You know something? I think we're going to win this game, yo. Yeah, I think we're going to win this game.
I think everyone's saying you're going to win. I don't think that's why I kept it last, because I think everyone's thinking this is probably it should be a foregone conclusion. Is there a reason why you win?
The problem is, it's Ciro Immobile. Ciro Immobile. He's very fast, and
okay.
It's gonna be a huge problem kind of handling him.
Okay.
So I think if we play Nicolas Sula, I think that's gonna be a problem. I think that's when I can say maybe we might actually lose this game. But I think for me personally, we can't play a high defensive line. We have to drop deep a little bit. And then I also want to see us, I think, playing Lucas Hernandez on the center back against Tigres yesterday. I thought that was really good. And I think maybe that's where we need him is we probably just need to play him in the center back role against a team like Lazio, especially because they're very physical and they're very agile and they have fast attackers. So yeah, it's good. It's gonna be difficult. It's gonna be difficult. But I think for me, I'm gonna say actually this. I think Lazio's gonna win 3-1.
You think Lazio's gonna win?
3-1 for the first leg. First leg they're gonna win 3-1.
Aaron, are you on here?
First leg they
Oh
win.
my God, why are you still here?
Who's that?
Because
What? What the fuck is that?
What the hell is that? Where's that
That's
person?
my one. Yeah, that's my job. That's my job. Anyways.
Your work.
Oh.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is Lazio. I can see Lazio winning 3-1, and then I can see Bayern beating Lazio in the second leg 4-3. 4-3.
It sounds like someone wants you, BD Core. Someone seems.
Yeah, that was my walkie-talkie.
Really wants you. Sorry. Yeah, just
so 4-3 Bayern aggregate. I think Bayern can win 4-3.
Oh my days.
So you think?
Oh yeah, and also I want us to rest Lewandowski. I think Lewandowski is playing way too many games, to be honest. I think he needs to rest.
Okay. Before you go back to work, do you have any specific comments on like any of the other matches ties? Oh, is Core still there? No, he's gone. Okay. Back to work. He just had his back to work. Okay, fair enough. Thank you, Core, for giving me your Bayern thoughts. Now that obviously you're a Bayern Munich fan. So shout out to Core and whoever team he supports right now. So you better hope that Lazio don't batter Bayern, because I've got no idea what team beat the Core.
Red Devil. It's supporting Unitedness. It's supporting. This guy sent me like a message that is Jenny Chelsea that is signed 5 years, and I was like, get the hell out of here. I don't want to. Just get out. I do not want to. Chelsea Football Club doesn't need you. Get out. Just go. Please. Okay. I don't want to my club.
So just lastly, because we've obviously gone through those things, and thanks everyone so much for watching and getting involved. Does anyone who's obviously still watching in the comments have any questions, or does anyone on the panel specifically have any questions for everyone on the panel before we sort of wrap things up?
Why are people going at me on your chat that I'm being too biased about this? I'm being factual. Pep
Wow.
Guardiola needs to win that Champions League.
I think
I've been lenient on him. I've been lenient a lot on him.
Everyone has heard your rants, Abdullah. I think that's why. So I think that. So I think who knows? I think they're just saying to chill. But you know,
People already
see
said
your
it again. He has to win that Champions League. He has to justify everything we've been saying. He has to.
Well,
He can win many trophies, many Premier League trophies as he wants. Many FA Cup, many Carabao Cup. If he doesn't win that Champions League for me, I still won't put him in the category of a GOAT or a caliber of a GOAT. No. One of the best, not the greatest. One of the best, not the greatest.
Sorry, no trouble, Abdullah. Let's. So first question from Mo says, dark horses for this year's CL. I will start. I will say Atletico Madrid. If they gel, for me, they're my dark horses. Simple as that. What are your thoughts, Ahmed? Ooh, Ahmed, you there? Okay, must have gone. Damien, who your dark horses?
Probably the same. Atletico. Because I start the season, you know, they didn't really make many signings. I mean, it's amazing that, you know, what Diego Simeone has, you know, done to this team this season, not really having much expectations, and really, you know, transform this team. So we got to give him the props, and I think that they could possibly make semis.
Yeah, I'm back, Redo.
Oh, you're back, Ahmed. Yeah, just dark horses for this year's CL.
I was at Chelsea.
Well, that's what Young says as well. He says Chelsea.
I mean, stop that. No, stop. I disagree. Stop that. No.
We'll come to you in a second, Abdullah. Mute your mic for a second. We'll come to you in a second. So why do you think the dark horses, Ahmed?
I honestly think they can make the semi-finals this season, or even the final. They have a good squad. They have a good manager. Because I think it will be up to Tuchel, his decisions, his tactical adaptation. If he is on point, I think they can come to a semi-final.
Okay, fair enough. Semis minute exactly. Abdullah, who's your dark horse?
Ahmed wants to kill me. I'm not gonna put Chelsea at the moment. No. Okay. We have no striker. Timo Werner is not scoring goals. How do they expect me to trust Chelsea to go into the semi? No.
Abdullah, who's your dark horse?
I would say PSG.
Okay. PSG a dark horse?
Yeah, the reason is because people doesn't kind of rate PSG that much in Champions. They call them butlers. And if they win it this year, it's gonna shut a lot of people's mouth a lot. People who doesn't rate them that much will have to start rating them now, because they don't put them with the caliber of big clubs. They only call them, if they have this money, what's the name of their owner? Yes, so that he only has money, he only has this. But if PSG wins it, that automatically shut up everybody's mouth, because now they'll be like, yeah, that this club, they're not just a big club only. They are winning the Champions League. Who's gonna give them the motivation in terms of Kylian Mbappe and Neymar? So people need to understand that Neymar and Kylian Mbappe cost a lot of money for PSG. So for them to say that, for me that cost, because if they win it, automatically it shut everybody's mouth off. For me.
Abdullahi, you disrespecting Tammy Abraham.
Ahmed, I can't have a striker who does not know how to score with his head.
Mason Mount was missing against Barnsley, and you saw what happened. You were awful. So it just
don't bring him Mason Mount.
Show you.
Don't talk about Mason Mount. I've given up on. When they said it was like, Tammy Abraham is in the network, I was like, man, you're already putting yourself out. You're gonna kill us. Please.
Josh, I think Josh, who would your dark horses be? Josh, still there?
My dark, my mic was moved. To win it, I might go Sevilla.
Okay.
Just because, if they manage to transfer their Europa League form to Champions League, that I don't see why not. They won the Europa League last year. Unai Emery won it. Did he win it 3 times with Sevilla? Sevilla, I believe.
I don't see why not. I watched them against Bayern Munich in the Super Cup final. They look good, honestly. They look good. I think they went extra time. I don't see why not. I mean, they're champions in their own right. They've got a lot of confidence. I think they're fourth at the minute in La Liga. I generally don't see why not. I think I think he's Moroccan. I forgot his name now. He's having a good goal scoring season. Yeah. I don't see why not. Anything can happen in a Champions League. And if I want to see how they perform against Dortmund, and then it'll give me a better picture. But they'll definitely beat Dortmund. So
fair enough. LB, I don't think you give me your dark horse yet.
No, like you, Red Devil, Atletico Madrid. I think they've got all the attributes to be a dark horse. Yeah.
Fair enough. Quickly moving on. Damien, thank you. Obviously in the panel. Is Ollie, I don't know if it's addressed to me or to just the panel, but I think it'll be quick for me. Is Ollie going to bottle another semi-final this season?
They won't make a semi-final.
I think they'll make. I think we'll make the semi-final of the FA Cup, because I think we will probably beat Leicester in the FA Cup. Just over, because we don't tend to play their strongest teams there. As for the Europa League, so in the case of the FA Cup, it will depend on who we get drawn against in the semi-final of that. If we get drawn against City or Chelsea, he's gonna bottle it. If we get the other side of the draw, because I think
it's Bournemouth and
Sheffield or Burnley or something like that, then we should probably get the dub. Europa League, I'm still not convinced we're going to beat Sociedad, to be honest. But if we do beat Sociedad, how many big teams are left in Europa League, really? I mean, you have all the English teams, and we'll do a Europa League preview at some point, but you've got the English teams, you've got AC Milan.
You got
sorry?
You got
Lille. Ajax are there, although Ajax are very bit iffy. And then obviously your Rangers, for example, if Gerrard does a thing, because he's doing quite well. I know it's the Scottish League, but still, he's doing quite well. That's it, really. So we probably will bottle another semi-final. I'm just not sure which one it's going to be, the FA Cup or the Europa League. But we surely can't bottle two. That's what I'm saying. But your next question, I think, was because everyone's just the top 3 managers in the world right now. I'm not going to answer it, so we'll start with Ahmed. Who do you think are the top 3 managers in the world right now?
Right now, Flick, Pep, Should I put Klopp in there? He's been terrible this season. But who is there in the big teams? I will not put Zidane close to it. I will put him.
Ollie.
He's second right now.
I will put Klopp there purely because I don't know which other one to put in there.
Maybe
so
not.
Those 3. Nah. Or I will put Klopp there. Klopp, Pep, and Flick.
Okay. LB, top 3 managers.
Hansi Flick, Jurgen Klopp, and I don't know, number 3.
Ooh, actually, Mo's got a good point here. Actually, I don't know why is it. Simeone.
Yeah, I forgot. Sorry.
I
forgot about Simeone.
Yeah,
I knew I was forgetting someone.
So get Klopp out of my.
So Simeone's coming in. No, fair enough. Abdullahi, top 3 managers.
I don't think he's there.
Oh, he's not there? Okay, Josh, top 3 managers. He's not there. Oh, go on, Josh. His mic's gone.
Yeah, go on, Josh. My mic is messing up.
Messing up.
Yeah, I go the same as the last person. Simeone, Pep, and Flick.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think you can I mean, it's not a bad show. I know Rodgers hasn't won anything with Leicester, but I mean, considering where Leicester were and the consistency that they have, he certainly has to be up there. I'm not saying top 3, but
maybe like top 5, maybe top 10.
Yeah, you know, because it's not like he spent tons of money, resources, work, but because effectively he's made Leicester City arguably a top 4, top 6 team.
Yeah.
Because
do you think you can be regarded as one of the best if you don't coach a big team or one of the biggest teams?
I mean, Mourinho
because you need to
did
show it in the
Mourinho,
biggest stage, in my
Porto.
opinion.
He do
Mourinho
also.
and Porto.
But that's different though. They won it like
Yeah,
the
but
Champions League.
but I think if we're talking about best managers, because like we would say, a lot of people would rate Nagelsmann, for example, from what
That's the
he's
thing.
done at Leipzig. So you can see that if a manager is doing bits with very little resources and overachieving, you naturally think, well, what happens if you took that manager into a bigger team and gave them more resources, how good they would be? It's almost I know that doesn't necessarily always work like that, but it's the natural thought process. It makes sense. We see a lot of other, in quote, bigger managers, as soon as they go down a notch, get a small team, they struggle because they need money, they need resources to do it. And, you know, if Brendan Rodgers maybe had a bit more money to spend and control, maybe he might be better and do what he's doing better than does now. Maybe. Anyone else have answered the question about better managers?
It's just Abdullahi.
Abdullahi, are you there?
Nice.
He's gone. He's at work. Was there any other questions? Damon again says, is Bayern going to defend the CL this season?
Who wants to go first?
I think they'll go a long way into defending it, in terms of defending it by winning again. We just have to wait and see.
John? Josh? Is Mike's gone? Is Mike working? Either mics are working or people are gone. I don't know. So anyway, go to Ahmed. Sorry. Do you think the Bayern will defend it?
No, because it's coming to Paris.
Are you sure with Neymar being injured? Are you sure? Because anytime Neymar's not playing, you don't seem to even make it to a final. Are you sure?
Not even like the round of 16.
It is a different season. Many teams will have injuries this season. It's not on the PSG.
Can United make top 4 with their overrated squad? Young, I know you're a Chelsea fan, and let's be real. You guys hyped your team from the beginning of the season, saying they're going to compete for the title in Champions League.
Treble minimum.
Treble minimum, and look what happens. You know, if there's a team that's overrated, underachieving, it's Chelsea Football Club. He spent 100 million on Havertz, and right now he's a flop. He's not better than Mason Mount, and you spent 50 million on a striker who hasn't scored in the league since Sheffield United in October. Let's just quiet. Let's just quiet for a second. That's all I'm saying. And Mo's obviously got the point. I'm assuming that's reverse juju for Mo, because I know you're a United fan. Right, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. Really, really appreciate it. If you're new to the channel, to like, share, and subscribe to Red Devils. Thank you everyone on the panel for your time, for the interaction. It's great. We'll hopefully be back next week where we'll probably be reviewing the games and looking forward to the following week of the Champions League and Europa League. And thank you guys for getting involved in the comments as well. It makes the show a lot more interesting. Have a nice day, everyone. Take care and cheers.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah, I need to go, guys.
Yeah, me too.
Take care, guys.
Nice talk.
Peace, guys. Peace.
Good night, guys.
Good night, guys.